Sushma from Sushma Says. Welcome back. Weaving is one of the most important of the folk vocations in India, and the weavers are important folk characters. Yes, here I am talking about the famous poem Indian Weavers written by Sarojini Naidu, known as the Nightingale of India. Indian Weavers is considered to be one of the Sarojini Naidu's most spiritual and remarkable poems. It portrays the real essence of the human existence. As we all know, people from different communities usually wear or give different colors of clothes on different occasions. Colors symbolize different feelings, moods, traumas, ideas, and implications. For example, red color symbolizes romantic mood or love and danger. The poem Indian Weavers highlight the craft and skill of Indian weavers. The poetess has very nicely presented three phases of life. Sarojini Naidu watches the weavers weaving their yarn and is led into the mystery of life, love, and death. Let's start with the poem Indian Weavers. Weavers weaving at break of day, why do you weave a garment so gay? Blue as the wing of halcyon wild, we weave the robes of a newborn child. Weavers weaving at fall of night, why do you weave a garment so bright? Like the plumes of a peacock, purple and green, we weave the marriage veils of a queen. Weavers weaving solemn and still, what do you weave in the moonlight chill? White as a feather and white as a cloud, we weave a dead man's funeral shroud. The poetess talks about three types of dresses that the Indian weavers weave at three particular times of the day. Metaphorically, each time and the dress weaved in that time symbolizes a particular stage of life. The poetess had provided a symbolic representation of man's journey from birth to death. In the first stanza, the poetess asks the weavers why they are weaving clothes early in the morning, which seems to be quite beautiful and charming. The Indian weavers reply, we weave the robes of a newborn child. That is, they are weaving the beautiful dress for a young one who had just come to the world. That is why the cloth they weave of a blue color, as blue as the wing of a kingfisher. The dawn of daybreak or early in the morning symbolizes the beginning of life, the birth of new life. The blue color symbolizes loyalty. This stage is full of happiness, freshness, hope, beauty. There is no sorrow in the stage. In the second stanza, the poetess again meets the Indian weavers, this time during the fall of night. It probably refers to the evening or dusk time when the sun sets and darkness paves the way. Moreover, it is also the time during which most of the Indian marriages take place. The poetess questions the weavers why they weave a garment so bright like the plumes of a peacock, purple and green. The garments at this time is bright and full of colors like feathers of peacock. The weavers reply that they weave the marriage veils of a queen, thus referring to the second or in other words, adult stage of the life. It portrays youth and its symbolic colors are purple and green that signify optimism, vigor, wonderment, royalty and luxury. During this stage, humans are quite active, happy. They love each other, get married and quest for a better and prosperous life. The colors purple and green symbolize sorrow and happiness or struggle and ease in one's adult stage, and these all colors or ups and downs of life make the adulthood bright. In the cold moonlight, the poetess finds the weavers still at work. They are now silent and their mood is serious. They are now weaving a white cloth as white as a bird's feather or a cloud. And to the question of the poetess, they reply briefly that they are weaving it for the funeral shroud of a dead man. The chill of the moonlight night is symbolic of death, and is it befitting that the shroud should be white, as white is a symbol of purity. Death means a reunion with the eternal and the possibility of regeneration. Thus, the third and the final stage is death, which is emotionless and lifeless like a white cloud or feather. In this way, the life which begins with life, joy, hope, etc., ends with sorrow and grief. Sushma says, every man and woman who are born on this earth, grow up, face their share of joys and sorrows, ultimately have to die one day. Death does not spare anyone. It is nature's eternal law, and that the life of human beings is fragile, which has its share of various different phases. The exuberance of spiritual thoughts and symbolism has made this poem very special and profound. It cannot be just described in words. The symbols of life and death, as stretched by the weavers, are breathtaking and awesome in the poem. Deep resonance with the Indian culture and tradition, where death is something to be celebrated and not feared, as it is a natural progression of one's life events and also a great equalizer of all, whether they are the rich or the poor. Weavers could also be imagined and understood as the symbolic representation of the Hindu trinity of gods, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, the creator, the preserver and the destroyer, thus representing the three phases of human life in the poem. The magnificence and equanimity of the ancient Indian culture, philosophy and spiritual tradition is clearly reflected in this wonderful piece of poetry. We all live to tell stories every day. Till then, goodbye from Sushma Says.